Howdy folks, welcome back to McLeod Arc, and thank you very much for joining me for a very early morning flight. Early morning in the sim and early morning in real life, if you can't already tell by my radio voice, which sounds not like a radio voice at all. But we are resuming our trek to the west. We started at the Caspian Sea and we're heading west as far as I want to go until I'm sick of this little journey we're having. So we're still in the Ryan Navion 205 that you can't see because it's dark. And we're going to do a couple flights back to back before we jump into another aircraft. So we're going from Uniform Bravo 14, which is an airbase in Kyurdamir, Azerbaijan. I still can't pronounce that right. And then we're going to go to another mystery airport, Uniform Golf 28, which is Bolshiye. I practice, and now that I'm recording, I can't do this. Bolshiye Shiraki Airbase. Because the major airport I wanted to go to, again, doesn't exist in the sim, but an airport that does exist in the sim is UG28, which doesn't exist on SkyVector. So we're having several airports in this region that are just a big mystery here. I should call these the mystery flights. But anyway, we're going to fly over the Shiraki Plain, although we're going to land in kind of like this plateau mountainy area. And we're going to be making it to Georgia today, the country of Georgia. We're actually quite close already. So we're going to cross the border, land in Georgia just after sunrise, and that's it. So even though it's dark, we're going to kind of be going VFR because there are no VORs to follow. There's no NDBs. There's no approach plates for this, for where we're going. It's just, we got to fly there. So because it's dark, if the sun doesn't come up, well, there's sun coming up, we're kind of in trouble. We do have our iPad with us on our lap, which is this right here. Tells us where we are and tells us where we're going. So essentially, we're going to head 270, right? What do I have written down? Oh, no, I don't have any plans for this at all. We're just going to turn around and aim for, not that one. Where is it? It's on here. I promise it's on here. I previewed this first to make sure. Right there. This is where we're headed, right on this plateau. So we're going to have to really rely on this map just because there's no other way to do it. I mean, we could do inbound this here, outbound, but with wind, because road others turned on, with wind, we might end up tracking a different direction than we're facing and end up over here. So we're just going to do this map. We're considering this either, the paper map, although the paper map wouldn't have our position, or more realistically, an iPad on our lap with tracking software. Although if you really want to stay true, then this would just be a paper map without tracking us, but the sim is going to track us. So we're going to do what we can with the sim. If we knew the area, like most pilots would, then we wouldn't need this stuff. And like I said already, following these VORs without an instrument approach isn't going to matter because the wind can blow us off course without realizing it. So, I mean, there aren't even NDBs. There's nothing out here. I suppose being an air base, you'd probably have ATC and that would help us, but we don't have that option. So we're going to make a few compromises here and combine different elements of realism to come up with our own element of realism. That's just how it's going to be. So while we have this map open, let's actually pull up the weather. It's not a modeled airport, so I just let it stick us on the runway. What does the wind say? Wind at 9. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Wind 90 degrees. So this would be the runway we want anyway, which is 80 degrees. Runway 8. So perfect. Good. We don't need to change our position. Awesome. Alrighty. Let's get our flashlight turned on. And let's get started here. All right, first we're going to check our fuel. This is it's probably going to be the longest flight of the series so far, even though I'm not presenting this as a series. So we're going to load this thing all the way to 3 hours. It shouldn't be nearly that long, but we're going to anyway. World weather turned on. I hope we take it off by 6:30 a.m. sim time. Alrighty, what is next? Parking brake set. There it is. Generator on, battery on, make sure the green lights are on, and obviously they are, because, right, so now if we do this right, let's see here, haven't really... Oh, there we go. I have never used these lights. Now, can we turn the flashlight off? I think so. Is there another light switch over here somewhere? No, I think that's it. We have the dome light. Does the dome light work? We need a flashlight for this. Actually, you know what? Let's close the canopy now. A little ahead of schedule so we can use the dome light and see if it actually works. I don't think that's actually doing anything. Oh, it is. Holy moly, Rocky. Nice. Okay. Weather. We kind of checked the weather, but I didn't write down the barometer. I think it's like 3015 or something. 3015. So let's get that in here. Where is it? Let's get closer. 30. There's 30. There's 301. That's okay. It's in between. So let's say that's 301, 2, 4, 5. Perfect. Alrighty. Let's see. Reset the flight control. Make sure everything is working. Hop outside. Are the rudders working? I see them moving barely, but they're there. Carb heat off, which is pushed in. Cowl flaps open, which is pushed in. Strobe and position lights on, which are over here. There we go. Close the canopy. We already did. We can turn the dome light off now. Or can we? Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. Mixture rich. Props in. Throttle 1/4. Check the fuel gauges. Full. Completely full. Make sure the fuel shut off there and down here, which I know it is by default. Fuel pump on. And push the electric starter. And there we go. Very nice. We'll let this warm up a second while I adjust my personal volume. Alright, well, let's run smoothly at 800. If it does, and it is, then we can turn the fuel pump off. Gradually increase to 1200 for engine warm up. There we go. Sync the gyros with the whiskey compass. That is Y on my keyboard. Make sure the flaps are up, and they are. Make sure hydraulic power is on and the light is on. Lean the mixture a little bit. We're going to say we're warmed up. There we go. And get ready to taxi. So where are we taxiing to? We're not doing a taxi because we're on the runway that we can't see. Alrighty. So there we go. Taxi complete. We're not doing a run up today. So let's get ready for takeoff. Landing lights on. There we go. Fuel pump confirm on. There we are. Dome light off already is. Note the time on the clock. Can we see the clock? Yeah, it's so we're ahead of schedule. 6:26 a.m. That's fine. Fuel rich. And flaps up. Or halfway, depending. We only need to do flaps up today. Alright, we get full throttle for 1 minute before it blows up. Take off at 70. For climb. Gear up, raise flaps, which doesn't apply. Hydraulic control off once the gear's up. The fuel pump off at 1000 AGL. Climb at 80 miles per hour, 22 and 27 for props and throttle. And then we're just going to use that map to see where we are and where we're going. I mean, that's really all it is because we can't see the ground and we don't know the area. So we're headed way over here. This is going to be a long flight. I'm expecting at least an hour flight time, because this was almost an hour and this is longer. So that's what I'm expecting. So what should we do? Should we set the heading bug now for autopilot for sightseeing? What radial is that going to be? 320 maybe? That could be about 320. Let's use this as a guide. That'd be 300. Let's do 310. Where's heading bug on? Where did heading bug go? Well, we don't have a heading bug. Yes, we do. It's over here. Well, let's set this to 310. Like that. And then what we'll do is we'll go to heading. And then it'll turn us around. And we'll alt hold at about, let's do 6 grand today. And we'll be good to go. Alright, here we go. Let's take this thing off. Feet on my rudders, which barely fit under my desk because my pedals are there for the racing sim. Adjust my microphone, adjust my chair. All right, here we go. Roll this thing forward and ooh, right rudder, where are you? There it is, barely right rudder, but enough to keep us straight. Nice. Now about a little left rudder because we're all over the place. And there is 75. Up we go. Up we go. Positive rate, barely, but we have positive rate. Gear up. Very nice. Oh, it is so nice when the weather is smooth. Hydraulic power can go off. There we go. 1,000 feet AGL will be less than 1,000 feet above sea level because we started below sea level. This seems way too smooth. It is so nice when there isn't crazy weather. So nice. All right, so what do we need? We need 27 on the manifold and 22 on the props. So here we go. Whoa, slow movements. There's 27 on the manifold, about there, and 22 on the props. Whoops, I did the wrong one. 22 on the props, about there. Fuel pump can come off. Steering wheels can come back in wherever they are. Where are the steering wheels? I can't see. There they are. All right, and that's it. Best climb is 80 knots. We're really trimmed for 95, which I really don't care. That's fine. All right, let's engage this autopilot. And then should turn us all the way around. No, come on. There we go. Pretty much turn us all the way around. Very nice. How y'all doing back there? Looking good? Looking good? Can't really see a whole lot. Well, let's hop outside right now before we lose sight of the little city that we came from. Oh, that's cool. Let's do some screenshots of that. We haven't had any night screenshots in a long time. Oh, that's right. At 1440 at 60 frames per second. My sim stalls while I do screenshots. See, watch. It's still running. That's a screenshot stall. Screenshot stall. There we go. Oh, you can see the mountains. These are the, what are they? The Great Caucasian Mountains. I don't have it written down, but Caspian Sea is over there. See the sun rising above the sea. We'll definitely get some sunrise screenshots into. There's the mountains. The train lighting is really weird in the morning. That's okay. There's the highway, and we're basically just going to follow this highway to the next city. That's it. I love that we have our lights on this side. We have not done that in all the times we've flown this plane. All right, what are we at? I almost had 2 grand. Like I said, we're going to go to 5 grand. Or did I say 7 grand? We'll go to 7 grand. Otherwise, let's see. Let's double check everything. Flaps are up. We never use them. Gears up. Hydraulic control is off. Fuel pump is off. Climb at least 80 miles per hour. Climbing at 95. 22 and 27 on the manifold. We already checked this, but let's check again. We can go a little bit higher on climb out because it's at 26. There's 27. Bring back the props a little bit. There we go. Best rated climb is 95. Well, look at that. 95. Okay. Cruise, just check prop, RPM, lean mixture to smooth engine operation. Once you're at cruise, the fuel drops around the fuel pump. Open cowl flaps remain good. Cylinder head temp. Cylinder head temp is right here. Oil temp is, you can't see it, right there. Wow. Long as, well, that's because we're climbing out. Long as it's below the red, we're good. That's really high. Once we cruise, we'll keep an eye on that. I mean, we're at 26 and 21. So we should be good. I don't know why that's so high, but that's okay. And then just cruise until our destination is available. So with the new lighting in X-Men 11.335 or 3.4 had the new lighting. We've got the close-up sharp lighting with a very small radius around us, but then we have the distant lighting, which is just amazing. So keep note of that. Alrighty, so because there's mountains in front of us, let's pull up our map and see if we chose a great direction. We might be a little aggressive to the north, so let's bring this back a few degrees to 310, which would be, wait, there's 1020. No, hang on, I can't see that far. What would that be? 32, oh, that was 310. It was a little aggressive. All right, let's bring it back to 305. That'll work. Good. We'll just do that for a while, and then we'll keep an eye on that chart. So that is it for me. All I'm going to do off camera is at 7 grand. I'm going to hit all told right here. I'm just going to push that button at 7 grand. And then keep an eye on our temperatures. Otherwise, it's just sightseeing. So, I don't know. I'll try to get you some good sightseeing shots. Maybe I'll have enough sightseeing to throw in some music. I don't know till I edit. If you get music, enjoy. If not, enjoy the sim sounds, and I'll catch you. It'll be a while because I don't know how we're gonna calculate top of descent, to be honest. Oh, actually, no. Wait a second. Our destination is like 2,000 feet up, so we're really only going to be about 3,000 above destination. So if we have to circle till then, we will. So I don't know when you're going to see me. It'll be a while, longer than normal, because not much to do. We know the plane well by now. We know what we're doing. I'll just see you when it's time to see you. Alright, as much fun as that is, it is time to fly a plane now, so let's get ready for our approach. If we pull up our VFR map, or iPad, whatever you want to call it, I have it set up, so we're pretty much going to fly straight in. The weather is light and variable. Altimeter 3015, which we already have, so that's not going to change. Altitude 700 feet, we're going to aim for 2 grand before we can see it. We can land at any runway, so let's just use 31. So I have our autopilot set to head in at 31. So looking at the map here, which we'll keep zooming in as we go, the runway should be basically this direction, but maybe over to the left a little bit. It's going to be very hard to see in this weather. It is very hazy. If we look outside, between the haze and the cloud shadows and the weather updating and giving us some clouds, it's very difficult to see. You can see some mountains to our northeast and our southwest, so we're definitely flying in a valley, or plains really. But we're going to try to keep the weather like this. If I have to clear it up a little bit, then I will, because it keeps updating and getting foggier, as you can see. Looking back, there's a nice sunrise, except the problem is the terrain blending with SkyMaxx is being all silly. That's just what it does. I'd have to turn it off completely, but then we would get none of this view. So we just are going to keep looking forward. I just want to point out there's that big lake we passed. I don't know the name of it. I should look that up. Otherwise, looking ahead, it looks much better. I mean, much more realistic with like the super morning fog and haze burning off. Hasn't quite burned off yet. It's going to make for a scary approach. The airport should be like right here. So we'll see if we even see it. This isn't the type of thing where we can just fly low and look for it. Because if you look at this terrain, I mean, we're landing on a plateau without an instrument approach. So VFR would be appropriate, except we don't know the area. So not knowing the area and then having this like foggy stuff is kind of scary. I do see there's a highway down there that we would probably use if we knew where it went. But otherwise, we're going to do the best we can. So let's keep looking at our map here. So we're going to fly pretty much straight in. We're moving at a good clip now. So we need to come down. We're going to aim for 2,000 feet. I don't see the airport yet. So let's come down. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill autopilot. Because I can't figure out how to come down with it. So we're going to try to maintain our heading. We're going to try to come down slowly. So let's bring the throttles back a little bit. Actually, I'm just going to trim down so we can keep our speed. Whoop, it's going to veer us to the left. Hopefully our runway is going to be visible. So we want to say about 310, because 310 is going to be roughly the airport head, or the runway heading, right? It was 31, yeah. So 310 right here is what I'm talking about, 310. So you want to go a little bit to the left yet, just to make it 310. And then we will use our map to get us lined up with the runway best as we can. And we'll see. I would like to do some more sightseeing as we fly, but it's going to make things very difficult. So we might have a few peeks out the window like this every once in a while. Speaking of that, look at those mountains with the sunrise off to the right. That's gorgeous. But we really need to fly a plane. And we're not descending, are we? So let's force it down. We're going to aim for about 2 grand or so. I believe the airport is at the top of the terrain. So you shouldn't have to worry about running into anything. But that's how that's going to work here. We're not going to have any real sightseeing between now and then, because we have begun our approach. We've done our weather. Landing lights are already on. Hydraulics will turn on at 100 miles per hour. Final approach 75, touchdown at 55. So basically, this where the arc starts is where you do the hydraulics. This is your approach. This is your touchdown. This is your nose down. Makes it really easy to figure out without even looking at my checklist. So hydraulics and gear, flaps if you need them, approach, touchdown, nose down. Just like that. So let's keep descending better than 500 feet per minute though. I'd rather be hanging out at 3 grand, since we know we're lined up with the runway pretty much. Then we can just worry about landing without circling around. Still don't see an airport. Don't see anything that indicates an airport. All right, if we look, oh, where we're just sightseeing, you can see that we're on a plateau. So you see the mountains in the distance and the plains. And then you see that we're on a plateau, just like we're supposed to be. And then it drops off, and then there's mountains way over there. So that's really cool. But unfortunately, that's not going to help us land a plane. So we're going to keep looking for this runway. We're still moving at a really good clip. You would think we could see the runway by now, maybe because it's not lit up very well, we're not going to see it. If this were a city and this were a major airport, we'd see it lit up for sure by now. But I really don't see anything. So let's slow down just so that we can buy us some time. And we'll trim it back so that we don't descend any steeper than we are. We're at 5,500. So we don't have to come down that much more. But I would like to see the airport so we can land on without having to circle around. But we might have to. Let's see what happens here. We're going to figure this out together. I mean, this airport should feel like it's right below us. It really should. I mean, we are moving at a really good clip. And we're zoomed in really far on that map. So why I can't see the airport yet is kind of making me nervous. But, I don't know. We'll keep looking here. We'll keep our eyes peeled. We have plenty of fuel, so if we have to make a big circle over the plains and come back, we will, but I'm hoping we don't. Looks like we'll be circling to the right, though, no matter what, if we miss it. Oh, that's not it. No, that's not it. That scared me for a second there. I'm like, no, that can't be it. How are we doing on our speed? Okay, our speed is good. Well, no, it isn't, because if we are going to fly straight in, we are going pretty fast. So let's slow down, and let's get down to about 3 grand at the highest, because this is getting kind of tricky when you don't know the area, you don't have any instruments, and the airport clearly is not lit up, because we would easily see it lit up by now if it were lit up. I'm thinking that might be it right there. I'm thinking that might be it right there. Hopefully it is, because that's what we're going to aim for now. And if that's not it, we'll circle around. So we're going to slow down now, do 100 and get our gear down and our hydraulics on. Let's get down, because that airport is at 1,700 feet or almost 1,800 feet, and we're double that. Yeah, that has to be it. Yeah, that's definitely it. Good. So as much as I would like to sightsee, we're really just going to get some wing shots. Look at that plateau drop off. That's crazy. Love it. See what I mean? If we go super fast? No, this is a dumb idea. See how that plateau just drops off? Okay, let's fly a plane. Here we go. Let's get this out for a second. And hydraulics. Put that back in. And get down to 100. So we're going to nose up to slow down, but throttles back so we keep our descent. $3 grand, right where we wanted to aim for before we saw the airport. Now we saw the airport. Props forward, by the way. There we go. Slow down. Slow down. Gear coming down. Very nice. So we're going to do flaps halfway, which is like that. Oh, what did that make us float? Nose down to keep our speed. Throttles so we don't descend too much. Check out the window. Is that really half? Let's go a little bit more. There's half. Or you can look right here, but that's a difficult angle to get exactly half. All right, we're just above our final approach speed. No problem. No more sightseeing, sorry. As beautiful as this is, look at that. Of course, you get the most beautiful scenery at the very end when we can't look at it. Otherwise, we know final approach at 75, touchdown at 55, nose down at 50, flaps in right away. Yeah, that's what it says. Okay. Coming in now, kind of fast, so let's nose up to slow down, throttles back so we keep our descent. Let's stay about 400, 500 feet per minute. We gotta clear these trees though. Okay, there's our good approach speed. Just probably get my feet on my rudders. I took them off for a second because my angle is weird now that I got my fuel, or my pedals for my racing sim down there too. I was thinking I should get those awesome chairs. One chair for flight sim is always set up. One chair for racing sim always set up. But then I'd have to move the monitor back and forth all the time. Or I could just drag things back and forth. I don't know. We'll see. Alrighty, looking good. We got a little bit of crosswind from the right, it looks like. Just a little. So we are going to do a crosswind landing. Right wing down, left rudder. Right main down, firm. Left main down. Then nose gently. You do not want to grease a crosswind landing. Very, very dangerous. You really technically don't want to grease any landing, although it's more comfortable for your passengers and it's a good thing to show off. But according to real life pilots, in theory, a grease landing is awful in, like, you know, physics. But people strive for it anyway because it's cool and you can brag about it. Anyway, we're going to try to clear these trees. Our approach is getting a little slow because I wanted to get over these trees. We'll see here. We will see. Feet ready to go on the rudders here so that we can do our crosswind landing. Although it's very, 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 very slight, but it is enough that I notice it here. Clear these trees. Perfect approach speed. Alright, here we go. Now we got to come down over those trees, so throttle's back so we come down. But we want to get our speed down now to about 55. Because we had to clear those trees and our speed is a lot high, we're going to land long, and that is on purpose because we had to clear those trees, so our speed is pretty high. I could have slipped it, I guess, but I didn't think about that. So here we go. Touchdown speed, I guess we're not going to land that long. Touchdown speed is at 55. Right wing, left rudder. There we go. Keep that nose wheel up. Gentle. Down right at about 53. Good enough. We'll take it. And straighten out now. Flaps are already up. And we're getting blown like crazy. I got a lot of left rudder just to go straight here. Don't know where we're going to turn off. Whoops, I accidentally hit my gear thing again. Let's see. I don't see any turn off. So we're just going to ride this out, I guess. What's our flight time? Almost an hour. Exactly an hour. Look at that. That's what I predicted it would be. So that's awesome. Alright, let's see. Don't see a turn off. I assume there's going to be a turn off at the end of this runway. I'm having a hard time keeping this thing straight. Wow, that's okay. Oh, there's a turn off right here. Alrighty, so hang on, the brakes are tight. We're going to slow down. Ooh, yep, told you, brakes are tight. But that's because different airplanes respond differently, and if I don't have tight brakes, then some aircraft don't stop. I don't want to have to remember to change my brake setting every single time I load an aircraft. So, I know I can do profiles and things, but then I got to change the profile every time. Alrighty, since we don't have taxi lights, we're going to keep our landing lights on a moment. And since we don't have parking, we're just going to go off here a little bit like we usually do. We have these situations with unmodeled airports. And we're just going to turn a little bit. And there we go. We're going to stop here. Set the parking brake. What do we do to shut this thing down? Flaps are already up. Note the time on the clock we already did. Fuel pump off now. I never turned it on. When was I supposed to turn it on? Oh, whoops, on our approach. Oh, wow. I missed it. Not a big deal. We should have had it on, though. So that's off. Mixture lean. I should cut off. There we go. Hydraulics off. Strobe and position can come off now. Landing lights off. Ignition off. Generator and battery. Put that in. We don't really have lights with the battery off, do we? Do we get lights with the battery off? Yeah, we do. That's kind of funny. Oh, well. Oh, well. Can't win them all. Open the canopy. Ooh, nice and bright. Nice bright sunrise. Let's see what this looks like, though, now that the fog is cleared off the ground a little bit. Let's go way out. So we're on this plateau, which you can't really tell from the ground, but you can see it drop off there and then mountains again. Oh, that sunrise is so gorgeous, but the fog made it look weird. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the flight. Welcome to Georgia. We finally made it to Georgia. It's been a long trek, many legs. We're going to keep going in this airplane, in this direction, like I said, until I'm sick of it. And then we'll do another series type thing or multiple leg thing. But in the meantime, we'll mix other flights, of course. Our next flight, though, will be in this aircraft heading west across Georgia. And then we're going to break it up a little bit. I got to get a 727 flight in there too. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you're having a subscriber, thank you for support. If you found my action, please like, please subscribe, please share with your friends. Welcome to Georgia. It's on my mind. But hopefully you enjoyed it. I did very, very much. I enjoyed sharing it with you, and I'll catch you on the next one.